America didn't just happen by accident. Our great nation is only here because of battlefield victories, like the Battle of Yorktown, where patriots defeated the British and helped create the United States. Or how about D-Day, where we saved the world from fascism thanks to thousands of brave men who stormed the beaches. And then there was that time in 1980 when we saved the world from Soviet hockey. Today, Primetime scored another major victory for America. We've won the first battle in the war on Christmas. Today, the tiny town of Dedham, Massachusetts, decided that their library will, in fact, put up their annual Christmas tree after some pressure from Primetime. So how did we get here? Well, last week, we told you about a Scrooge named Amber Maroney. She's the town's library director, and she banned Christmas trees because they made people feel, quote, uncomfortable.
And Jesse Waters, of course, doesn't understand that. I mean, despite the fact that virtually everything about the modern world makes him feel deeply uncomfortable and makes him lash out in little culture war attacks. But in the case of the tree, he doesn't understand being made to be uncomfortable. Anyway, like in D-Day, he's won, I guess. They're gonna do the trees or whatever. This is a win from the point of view of Fox. And it's hard to know exactly how much of a win it is for them, because he's putting it in the context of these global wars. And he even made a reference there to the defeat of fascism being a good thing, a little bit of a slip up for him. But anyway, he's also joking. And I know it can be difficult to really suss out because it's not in any way funny, anything that he's doing there. But like, I think he's trying to joke there because he considers himself a comedian or something. But anyway, they have successfully stopped a small town library that they have never heard of before and will never think of again from choosing what their holiday decorations are, unencumbered by the attention of one of the biggest media companies in the world. River, what do you think?
I mean, first of all, since I can't see it, I never realized how much Jesse Waters sounds like Dennis Miller. So yes, he does think he's a comedian, but I mean, it's so, why do you care about Dedham, Massachusetts? Why do you care what this library and the people who use it have decided to do? It is so ridiculous to me to compare that to storming the beaches at Normandy. I'm sure that those veterans and the people who died there would appreciate the comparison of you, Jesse Waters, putting a tree up in a random library. I'm sure that they would appreciate their sacrifice being compared to that. Like, yeah. What an effective illusion you've created.
Yeah, and a funny one too. Is very funny.
It's also it's a pagan. The Christmas tree is a pagan symbol anyway. What are you doing?
Now that's just woke anti-Christmas propaganda.
Yeah,
no, but why? Right. You can't expect him to know that. Candace Owens was talking about like people with like painted nails being obviously suspect. In other cultures, men paint their nails. In other times, men here have painted their nails.
So many things.
You cannot catalog all of the things they don't know and are uninterested in learning. It's just ignorance. Now, you asked the question, how does he care about this? What Dedham does when it comes to the Christmas trees? Let's be very clear. Jesse Waters doesn't care at all about that. I hope there's a couple Fox viewers here. Maybe I can clue you into this. He doesn't care. He thinks you care. He thinks you're a rube and he wants to delude you into spending all of your time thinking about this. This is, remember, and I know how it's easy to forget, in the same way that it's easy to forget that he's supposed to be a comedian, it's easy to forget that this is supposed to be a news network. And in theory, what a news network would do is talk about news, something that is newsworthy, something that actually matters to people. But actually identifying the actual things that are happening might lead people to think that those problems should be solved. And they're not in the problems gonna be solved business. So instead they're in the we're gonna distract you business. And I'm not even necessarily that down on them zooming into a local issue. I think that can be a tactic that's used well. I'll give you an example in just a sec, but they do it because it's convenient, it's easy, you can fill up time. There's always going to be someone in some town doing something that can be spun as anti-Christian. You can fill up a whole day's news because it's a big country with a lot of people. But what they're doing is not what, for instance, we're gonna do in a couple of minutes. We're gonna talk about an instance of actual religious discrimination that is not just about arboreal displays, but about a teacher making kids feel terrible for their actual religion. We're sticking up for people, not holiday decorations. So this tactic can be used in different directions. Any other thoughts, River?
Oh, I mean, I just hope that the librarian in Dedham puts up all kinds of other holiday decorations, and Jesse Waters has a full meltdown when they come back to see a menorah and Kwanzaa decorations and all kinds of other things. I hope that they do that, and Jesse Waters checks back in.
100%. Yeah, that would be potentially inviting if you're gonna have a holiday
That might
displays,
actually be
do it
news
for everyone. Yeah,
that's right. Happy holidays,
Anyway.
Jesse Waters.
For more political news breakdowns, interviews, stories of activism, and me trying my hardest to care about the occasional big celebrity news story, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/thedamagereport. And you can ring the bell wherever it is so you don't miss anything.